7 people. One rundown cabin in the Sierra Nevada foothills. By the morning of April 12, 1981, 3 of them were dead inside the living room. 1 child had vanished, and 3 young boys were found in a back bedroom, claiming to have slept through a massacre happening just a few feet away. This is the story of Cabin 28. It is a case defined by a chaotic crime scene, a missing weapon recovered decades later, and an investigation that has been criticized for 40 years. In 1981, Keddie, California, was a fading railroad resort town in Plumas County. It was a tight-knit community where neighbors often left their doors unlocked. In 1979, Glenna Sue Sharp, a mother of 5 recently separated from her husband, moved into Cabin 28. Living with her were her 15-year-old son John, 14-year-old Sheila, 12-year-old Tina, and her 2 youngest sons, Rick and Greg. On the evening of April 11, 1981, the cabin was busy. 14-year-old Sheila Sharp left to spend the night at the Seabolt family's home in neighboring Cabin 27. Sue remained at home with her 2 youngest sons, Rick and Greg, and their friend, 12-year-old Justin Smart, who was staying over for a sleepover. Tina Sharp, the 12-year-old daughter, had been watching television at the Seabolts, but returned to Cabin 28 around 9:30 p.m. The violence likely occurred late that night. A couple in Cabin 16, roughly 30 yards away, reported waking up around 1:15 a.m. to what sounded like muffled screaming, but they did not investigate. At approximately 7:45 a.m. the next morning, Sheila Sharp returned home. When she opened the front door, she discovered a horrific scene. In the living room lay the bodies of her mother Sue, her brother John, and John's friend, 17-year-old Dana Wingate. They had been bound with medical tape and electrical cords. The victims had suffered blunt force trauma from a hammer and multiple stab wounds. The knife used in the attack was found at the scene, bent backward from the force of the blows. Despite the carnage in the living room, Sheila discovered her younger brothers, Rick and Greg, and their friend Justin, unharmed in the back bedroom. They initially told police they had slept through the night. However, Sheila quickly realized that her sister, 12-year-old Tina, was missing. The investigation was complex from the start. The crime scene was not secured immediately, leading to potential contamination. While the 3 victims were found in the cabin, Tina Sharp's whereabouts remained a mystery for 3 years. The FBI briefly assisted, investigating the possibility of kidnapping. On April 22, 1984, 3 years after the murders, a bottle collector foraging at Camp 18 near Feather Falls, roughly 60 miles from Keddie, discovered a portion of a human cranium. Forensic analysis confirmed it belonged to Tina Sharp. The distance between the cabin and the remains suggested the killer had transported her there. The investigation focused heavily on 2 men, Marty Smart and his houseguest, John Bo Bubede. Marty Smart was the stepfather of Justin Smart, the boy who survived the night in the back bedroom. Marty lived in Cabin 26, just a short walk away. During an interview with investigators, Marty allegedly volunteered information about a hammer he had lost shortly before the murders. Both Smart and Bubede were interviewed by police, but were never charged. They both left Keddie shortly after the investigation began. Years later, evidence surfaced that renewed suspicion. A handwritten letter from Marty Smart to his wife Marilyn was found in the case files. It read, "I've paid the price of your love, and now that I've bought it with 4 people's lives, you tell me you are through." In 2016, Plumas County Sheriff's investigators announced a breakthrough. A steel hammer, matching the description of the one Marty Smart claimed to have lost, was discovered in a local pond. Investigators stated they believed it had been intentionally placed there. However, by this time, both Marty Smart and Bo Bubede had died. The case has since taken on a second life online. Because the case remains officially unsolved, it has become a subject of intense debate on internet forums. These communities often feature conflicting theories, with some amateur sleuths accusing law enforcement of a cover-up, while others defend the original investigation. The online discourse is known for being particularly hostile, with rival groups arguing over the validity of evidence and the reliability of witnesses, specifically the changing stories of the surviving boys. Cabin 28 was demolished in 2004, along with other dilapidated structures in the area. While physical evidence, like the hammer and the tape used to bind the victims, has been re-examined with modern DNA technology, no arrests have ever been made. The Keddie Murders remain the most notorious unsolved quadruple homicide in California history. This video explores the timeline, the botched investigation, and the chaotic online war that continues to rage over what really happened in Cabin 28. Can you handle what's next? Like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this.